Come closer, I've got a secret to tell you. Closer, closer, yeah! Myst, Might, Mayhem starts with a dying old man, and our main character emotionlessly looking down at him. We learn that the old man is our MC's grandfather, and that he was brutally murdered! This is a shock opener, and it does a great job of letting us know exactly what we're in store for. We get to learn a bit about our main character. He doesn't feel sadness about his grandfather's passing, and that he's now alone in the world as his home burns to the ground. And this, remember this. This is very important. We learn our main character's name is Zhong, and also that he has a terrible darkness inside him that he hides, and the anti-hero is revealed. What a terrifying look as he sprints to grab the sickle and thinks to himself that he won't be able to hold back the monster inside him as he races somewhere to do something terrible. Time passes and we are introduced to Zongyang County, a thickly settled city. Captured criminals are being paraded through the streets when we find Zhong in a cart, all to himself, covered in wounds and blood. These two guys are in a restaurant that overlooks the street, and they're watching and talking about Zhong and how dangerous he is. Then we find out it's a Murim story, and the guy in the hat is probably a seasoned warrior. Notice when the other guy starts talking about how many people Zhong murdered, the Murim man is just like, only murder? What is this, amateur hour? The real reason the two are talking comes up. The Murim man needs to hire someone disposable, but his attention is distracted as we cut over to see Zhong, pelted with quite a large rock. The Murim man looks down at Zhong and is stunned when he gets a shot of Zhong looking nonchalant. And just like that, the Murim man gets up, cancels his request. He's found the perfect person for the job. Flashback time! We meet Hatman, who talks in blood dialogue balloons. Scary! Zhong was captured by this man after chasing him down to avenge his grandfather's murder, but notes that the man was beyond his abilities, a true monster. Zhong's in his cell when sleepy aroma fills the room and knocks out the guards. Murim man shows up and goes to take the sleeping Zhong. But it was a trap. Zhong was just pretending to be asleep and attacks. Oh, he knocks the Murim man down and flees. But he's still a novice. He has no martial arts whatsoever, and he is quickly subdued by some pressure point attacks. A new person enters and calls Murim man Guard Cam. Cam calls the new person Young Master. Notice how we still haven't seen his face yet? Then the slow face reveal as he states Zhong is a look-alike. The young master is a spitting image of Zhong. Now this man tells him Zhong can become the third young master of the Mok Sword Manor, Mok Gyong Woon. He butters Zhong up by offering things he never had before, and that once completed, he'll be rewarded and set free. If Zhong wants to accept, he must first take Morpheus's red pill and wake up from this terrible dream. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not this story. It's a poison pill meant to keep Zhong in check while he performs his task. And only after will the antidote be provided. Nom, nom, nom. Also, this is a bit... They go to leave, and Master Mok tells Yang, lead the way, it's great. Cam checks the alley for witnesses. Oh, and upon turning around, witnesses the death of Mok Gyong Woon. His head completely turned around on his body. A surprised look on his face. This is so peak. The reverse perspective here is amazing. The dead Mok still holding his hat in his hand, his neck snapped, and Zhong smiling. It's just so good. One of Zhang's best qualities as the anti-hero is his intelligence. Look at how calmly he asks Cam what happens next, and then he mercilessly states that the fake is dead. Cam goes to kill Zhang, but Zhang reminds him that he took poison. It's now a perfect opportunity for Cam to have the third young lord as his loyal dog. Cam earnestly thinks about it, and bam, stabs him right in the head. Just kidding! He accepts the proposal, and Zhang becomes Mok Yang-woon. Winning! In the manor, Cam tosses Yang-woon a neutralizer for the poison and tells him, "You gotta take this every day or the poison will eat you alive." Now, while minding on the pill, he reflects on what's happened and how lucky he is. Then he starts to devise a plan. First, it's to blend in. Then it's to learn martial arts. And last, it's to exact revenge on the man who killed his grandfather. And then we get this shot as he gleefully anticipates killing someone in a horrific manner. Time to meet another character, a guard working under Cam, Go-chan. And by the way, he's tapping his foot. He seems to be a very impatient man. Meanwhile, while waiting to be told anything, Yang-woon realizes that Cam isn't telling him to do anything because he's gonna betray him. So he enacts another plan and busts out of his room. But Go isn't interested in Yang-woon and tells him to scram. Our MC tries to use his wit and sharp tongue, but Go grabs him and slams him against the wall. But then Yang-woon grabs Go by the shoulder while calmly stating that Go is weaker than Cam and flips him over with ease. Slam! Right into the ground, and Go looks frustrated and screams in pain as his arm is wrenched in its socket. Boop, boop, boop! And just like what happened to him in the prison, Yang-woon strikes pressure points. But it doesn't work! Go is still able to get up as he questions whether Yang-woon has learned martial arts or not, and Yang-woon is confused. He exclaims that, "Hey, I just copied what Gam did, and I'm gonna try it again." Boop, 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 boop. And this is when we get to the crux of our main character's power, the ability to learn martial arts after just witnessing them once. And this shot is amazing. But Go has one last card to play. He reminds our main character about the deadly poison coursing through his veins that will cause a terrible and horrific death. Undeterred, Yang-woon bites his finger, making it bleed, and drips it into Go's open maw. Go freaks out and starts circulating his inner energy to remove the poison. Meanwhile, Yang-woon reminds us that he's from the countryside where he would try all sorts of deadly poisons while foraging with his grandfather. And finally, we learn another major skill. He has poisonous blood and poison immunity. Overpowered! We get to meet the bedridden Manor Master Mok Inden and his old physician caring for him, lamenting the lack of a cure. And then the first wife walks in with a hairdo like a funeral arrangement. She tells them that they need to resort to shamanistic arts to save the Manor Master, and the old physician hates the idea. She shoos him away and looks down in what can only be described as glee at the Manor Master as she tells everyone that no one is to enter. Then Yang-woon immediately says he's going there. Meet the shaman. This character design is hilarious. They have a boring outward conversation for everyone to hear, but then as he passes by her, the true intentions are whispered and nefarious actions are confirmed. She's after the seal and secret manual of the Mok family. She looks down at the fourth son, Mok Yu-chun, as he practices martial arts. And we get the insight as to why she's doing her nefarious actions. She just doesn't like that her child isn't the heir. She leaves, and Yang-woon immediately enters to watch Yu-chun work out. and Gyeong-woon is curious about how to learn martial arts, and then immediately asks this very pointed question. But instead of answering directly, Go tells him about internal energy, and then the reality that even if he learns martial arts, it's difficult to make up for the lost time and the difference in internal energy. Let's jump to the shamaning. Go, talisman, I choose you! The talisman sticks to the murderous energy that's killing the Manor Master. Holy light, or something, spews out, and the shaman starts Naruto hand signaling that he's about to save the day. But the murderous energy fights back, and it's winning! The shaman is interrupted in the middle of his ritual, and the energies go wild! This blast sends the shaman flying backwards, right to the feet of our main character. He ignores everything that is occurring and gives his greeting to the father. But we know him. He's evil, incarnate. Just what is hiding behind that devilish smile? And then this happens. The shaman tells them to hold him, so they do as he tries another talisman. What I love about this artwork is how powerful it feels. It commands your attention and leaves no mistake for the pure, raw energy that's being admitted. Then we learn that the evil in the Manor Master is alive and it can move into other people. It looks like some sort of demonic lizard in this shot. And without a shred of hesitation, Gyeong-woon cuts off the Manor Master's hand where the evil was, but he missed. More evil smiles. Then he takes the whole arm. Go stops the bleeding as the shaman does more talisman work. Then Gyeong-woon points his sword at the shaman and asks, "Who wants the Manor Master to die?" And the truth comes out. And to save his own skin, the shaman is willing to do everything he can to save the Manor Master. But Gyeong-woon, with that devilish smile and nefarious mind, says, "No, instead find me that seal and secret manual." What will happen to the Manor Master? Will Gyeong-woon make it out of the situation alive? Just how evil is he? All this and more when you read it for yourself. This is one of the stories I have stayed up to date on, and I'll tell you straight up, he really just keeps getting eviler. But it's in perspective, for the most part, to people who are also evil. And it never gets boring. He's going to learn martial arts. It's a Murim story. It has to happen. So what's it going to be like when not only is he cunning and vicious, but also powerful? It's just such a good story with an anti-hero done well. I give Myst, Might, Mayhem 5 talisman dolls out of 5. And remember, people this evil are out there. They might even be running your country. Cheers. Naruto! Yeah, I do Naruto Shuppuputin! Naruto Shupum! Oh yeah, baboo!